Welcome to Crudely Drawn Swords Trilogy.
Oh, nice.
We are back.
I can contribute.
You can contribute.
Damn it.
Oh, what a shame. Somebody has muted Stuart's
I thought I'd try and get in before a
sound
mute.
effects. Yeah, that's right.
Thought
Ali.
if I can. Yeah, but I pressed the duck quack to start by mistake. So in quack, quack, quack. I'm like, oh no, I've alerted him. And I've wasted my one shot on a duck quack.
No,
I panicked.
Everyone loves a duck quack.
I think
Yeah,
that's
but not
now
as much as I
channel.
love a.
This is now channel level configuration. You are just forbidden from making a noise ever in this channel
what?
because
I think he is making a noise.
yeah, that's fair. You burnt your you burnt your way through.
I did it like once, which is enough. It was a hint of things
It
to
was
come.
clear what was going to happen. You made it unambiguous what was going to happen next, and
Yeah,
I think we
that's fair.
responded in the only way that made sense.
Yep, entirely appropriate. I have got no gripes, legitimate or otherwise.
So, I'm your host and GM, Ben Moxman. With me are Ali playing Arkwise Turpentine, Stu playing Brad Muscles, and Gwyn playing Anders Rowe.
It's taken 5 years, but we've got there. We now don't have to tell you who we are and what we do every
5
game.
years.
Yes,
We're
it's
at
Twice the
88.
turn. It's 9. It's almost
You
9 years since we first
9
recorded.
years?
That can't be
It
true.
was 2015.
Yeah.
It was late 2015 that we recorded the first episode.
There's
First
no
one
way
went out
that's
on New
correct.
Year's Day 2016.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
And then the world
insane.
fell apart.
And we did do those tests before then.
Yeah, we did do
Yeah,
those
that's
earlier, but
mad.
There was a lot of
yeah.
cannibalism.
that was weird. So,
Well,
when
let's get this
last,
over with.
when last we saw our heroes, they were they had completed the challenge of bench that wench.
Oh yeah, that was good.
It had been a mixed success, one would say. I believe
Bench
that
that
Brad
wench.
was the winner. Anders
Yeah,
took
damn
the
right.
opportunity
Oh,
to.
The team was the winner.
The team was the winner.
The viewers were the winners.
Yeah.
The viewers were also winners. It's fair to say they had a rad. They had a rad time, but Anders slightly was considered as a bit suspect by the viewers towards the end of that.
Yeah.
People were suspicious of him after he attempted to dump probability, and it did not go well. The next morning, the Merry King sent you on a mission to investigate the inevitable court. Sorry, I'm trying really hard not to sneeze.
You should sneeze.
Yeah, no, I've decided not to. So he had identified the enemies walking the realm as the inevitable court, a sinister cabal led by the King Impossible and his 5 courtiers, Duke Nullus, Duchess Status, General Nile, General Nuskam, and Bishop Unreason. Each team is being sent off to a different location by the court wizard Enigmondo. And
That's a good name.
Team Alpha have been sent to the port town of Washport. You travelled through the portal, which took you into a kind of magical carriage, which was
That's
then
right.
travelled through a vortex, which was very clearly just being projected onto the walls of the back of the van you were being driven somewhere in. And at the end of your journey, you emerged through a portal in the wall. And
Some might call it a hole.
some might call it a hole, but once you were you had finished emerging, it was gone. And you find yourselves
You
in
might call it a door.
in the small port town of Washport. I need to stop saying port town before I say
I was
Washport.
just saying.
Portal town, surely.
Port.
Porthole, Washport, Port Town of Portsmouth.
Through the portal.
Ports all round.
The laundry-based town of Washport. So you step out of your magical carriage, which, if you remember, the only thing in there is a button to take you back to the Merry King's Court.
Yeah, we smashed it a bunch of times.
Yeah, Enigmondo wasn't impressed. He was like, who are these chumps?
Just as we were getting into town, now smash!
Your mission is to find any evidence of the inevitable court. You have been given a scroll which includes the marks of the court that might indicate their presence. And you've been given a scrying stone which you can leave somewhere and will give Enigmondo the ability to see where the stone is placed. So you can use that to establish... You can use that as a way of like creating a little spy cam somewhere. So you step out into this town. You're beside the town has a wall around the carved top of the hill, and then the wall goes out onto cliffs at each side of a small cove, and then the road kind of goes down among like between the houses and down to the harbour side at the bottom. And there's various buildings and places around. A couple of ships down in the harbour, like sailing ships. And if you want, you have the freedom to do as you wish. At the top of the road beside you, so your car's stopped by the road. At the top of the road is a big gate, but that seems to be barred off. There is a gate, there is a guard standing beside it. A couple of guards, in fact. So what do you do?
Well, this is nice. What's the plan, team?
I don't know. I suppose we just need to get into the town and have a look around.
We're going to split up, each take a different part, ask some questions. Don't know what my accent is again. Let's roll with it. Kind of Australian, kind of not.
Talk to people.
I don't know if we need to do that. We could just travel as a little troop, can't we?
All right, let's do it.
Yeah. Let's go and right click on those guards.
Skip, accept. Go talk to them, get some drinks. Let's have a bloody good knees up.
So when you go over to the guards, and there's one with a one with a kind
question
of
mark over the top of his head.
No, neither of them actually have question marks over their heads. One of them is in a slightly smarter uniform. You infer this is probably a higher ranked guard, but you're not sure.
It's the guy with an iron.
But there's like, but they look relatively similar. They're both no, strike that. For maximum impact, one is tall and thin, and the other is short and round.
Hey, a banana man and an orange man.
Yes, that's right. And they're just kind of standing by there. And the shorter round one goes, "I'm afraid the gate is closed. No one's coming through."
Ah. And what's behind the gate?
Well, everything outside of town, really. But there's been terrible troubles out there.
Maybe we could help, friend.
Skelebarians like you wouldn't believe. No, none of the roads are safe. We've nailed the gate shut, so there's literally no way anyone can come in or out until...
Let me show you something, son. I'm just gonna flex every muscle in my body.
Screwdriver.
No, you can't stop us, kid. We go where we want. We're Team Alpha.
He's like, I see. And what's Team Alpha for then?
For getting the job done.
What's the job?
Getting through this gate. Oh, you walked
Yeah, now
into
it's
that
Kel
one,
Hall.
kid.
He looks a little bit sidelong at the tall, thin guard beside him. He's like, "No, the gate is sealed by official diktat. No one is passing this."
Dictats.
Well, you're obviously guys about the town. Like, what's
Of
worth
course we
seeing
are.
here?
He says, I'm glad you asked. Now, if you're interested in what's happening within the town, we can certainly point out some...
Except,
They point out down near the harbour side is the Lusty Walrus, which is the town's tavern. A home of rowdy sailors and the local fisher folk. And you point out over on the around the left side of the cove, there's a kind of up on the higher hill is a large building. They point out that's the House of Healing, which is a hospital. And over
my
on-
left, do you mean west?
Look, I'm not getting into east and west here. I'm not going there.
Who's
You-
left?
You are
Who's
facing.
right?
It's actually south and north, probably. I think west is the sea.
Actually, East and
East is the
West
gate.
is a great character name. I'm East and West.
This is my brother, west and east.
This is my brother, North and South.
Why has
Same
your
dad,
brother got
different
surname?
Same dad, different mums. Nice try. Same mum, different dads. Either way works.
In our culture, we change all our names every time.
Yeah, same mum. Sorry, different mum, different dad. This is my brother, North and South.
Yeah, so to the south is the House of Healing. And then to the north, on the other kind of arm of the cove, again, higher up is another building that looks almost fortified. And he says, that's the... that over there is the Forbidden Library, but unfortunately that's forbidden, so strictly off limits.
Named it well.
Yes, exactly. It belongs to Lord Telebrus. He might be, he might allow you in, but unfortunately he's out of town at the moment.
How did he get through the gates?
We got you, lads. We got him. Open the gates. Open the gates. Open the gates.
He said, "Oh, he's been out of town for a while now. We're expecting him back any day."
Why have you nailed the gates shut then?
"Oh, he'll come back by portal, same as you did.
Oh, I see. Right. Okay.
He has access to a wizard, so that's very easy
Yeah.
for him."
I've got a claw hammer. While those guys are talking to these guys, it's going to sneak up behind because I'm pretty good at scuttling.
Yeah.
I'm going to just try and wrench those nails off. They won't notice. I'm subtle.
No, you
Healthy
are.
bit of DIY.
Hey,
Got a
have you ever
full of
been?
DIY kit, man.
Have you been lifted up by a strong man? Look, I'm going to grab the tall, skinny guy and lift him above my head
Oh.
and start bench pressing him.
I don't think
Oh!
this is part of regulation. I think this is actually... Ali, why don't you give me investigate a place? This feels like place investigating time.
Boom.
You can get +1 from my distraction if need be.
Hey!
It's a 9, so...
Yes.
Uh,
Wait, +1 from my distraction makes that a full success.
you didn't roll to distract.
I
right
would roll
then,
for distract
but
if you
it's
want.
Fine, it's fine. This is fine. So you've got what's the greatest threat? What's the best way in, out, or through? What is hidden here? What happened recently? What advantage can I find here? What should I be on the lookout for? Or what evidence of something can I find here? And you decide the something.
I think, well, what do we need to do? We can either find the best way through.
Yep.
I think that's probably the best bet.
How many
Okay,
did you get?
so-
Is it intermediate?
Yeah.
It was intermediate.
So,
So is that 1, 2, or 3? Sorry, I don't remember.
it's 1.
Yeah, let's blow it on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll just be like the gate. Damn.
No, the best way.
But-
No, there is something that you find about this gate. Yeah, it's not a gate. There's no gate here. This is all wall. It's just painted to look like a gate.
God damn it!
God's sake.
You're on the TV set. What did you think was going to happen? They
I
don't
love
have
that we
infinite
often-
budget.
God, a bit of wall.
We kind of forget that we're like, oh, we do. I was like, we do want to go out of this town. What are they hiding? Nothing. It's a wall. And you're like, oh yeah.
So yeah, I'll give you that as a freebie if you want to use your roll for something else.
Maybe. What's the other one? Evidence of something.
Yeah, you can look for evidence of person or thing. Or you can say, what should I be on the lookout for?
Yeah, all right. What we should be on the lookout for, because there's been Skelebarians.
They're talking about Skelebarians outside town, but given that outside town functionally doesn't exist, you imagine they're not your current problem. So what you're seeing as you kind of look around over the town, you can see that it's like all the buildings. This is actually a real like old town of some kind. They've obviously like appropriated as a set for the for this episode, but you immediately can see that the 3 central buildings are all like, those are set piece buildings. Those aren't like the tavern. Tavern might be a real building, but all the signage on it and everything has that new oldness of sets. And definitely the House of Healing and the Forbidden Library are very much part of... they're like built in to look like they belong here, but they don't. Those are very set-like. And also both the ships in the harbour are very set-like. So you've got a kind of idea that these are things that have been created specifically for this investigation. So if you're playing the meta game, that probably gives you some pointers.
Okay.
So yeah, that's kind of what you pick up arc-wise. And Captain Bream, Corporal Bream, the short round guy, is going, I think you're not supposed to bench press the captain. I think that's surplus to regulation.
I see. You want to go? Come here, kid. I'll put
no, not me.
And I'll pick him up. There you go. 1, 2,
too high up.
3.
I don't like it.
4.
Captain, order him to stop, Captain.
Captain's probably quite dizzy because I spun him and put him down.
Yeah, the captain's like wobbling around. It's like
stars around his head.
His little hat is like wobbling on his head as well. It's like helmet.
There you go, fella. Yeah, everyone can have a ride.
And so, that's kind of what you've got there, arc-wise. And so, the two guards now seem to looking a bit as if they're being their lives have been somewhat turned upside down in both a literal sense and otherwise. I like.
Very good.
All right, well. Very happy to help you. I feel a little bit woozy myself now. Very strong, I'm sure. If the Skelebarians come back, we'll definitely call you, sir. So what do you do?
Right, should we go to the Lusty Walrus then?
Huzzah.
You're not going to a place called Lusty Walrus.
Or what was the other place? The Temple of Healing? We could go there if you prefer.
We'll go there afterwards when we've drunk too much.
Oh, yeah, that's a good order to do it in, isn't it? Let's go to the Lusty Walrus.
Yes, so as you come down, there's the you can see in more detail the tavern sign of the Lusty Walrus. What do they put on that sign? And I've got my suspicions, but I'll be interested to hear.
Sexy walrus.
It's a sexy
like
walrus in a bikini. Yeah, walrus in a bikini.
Big, like,
on one of those. Yeah, a big
like
pontoon.
Big teeth.
On a pontoon in the waves, and with lipstick on their tusks.
Like lipstick scrimshaw.
And they're kind of going, "Oh, come on in," with a fin.
Walrus titties.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't going that far. It's not tacky. It's still subtle. It's still tasteful.
It's more like a pin-up.
Yeah, it's still tasteful.
Classic.
And this is where mermaids come from.
Kids are still watching.
Yeah, actually, in this world, there are mermaids, but people put sexy seals and walruses on things instead. It's like people a weird reversal.
Oh, is that a sexy walrus? Like, no, man, that's a mermaid. That's a sexy walrus, mate.
Yeah, so you duck in, and it's kind of got that smoky atmosphere. No actual smoke, so there's probably a smoke machine somewhere just creating ambience. Lots of fake candles around the walls, and behind the bar there's like the people that you see. There's a lot of kind of billowing shirts, bandanas. There's quite a few chunky knit jumpers.
Inside out t-shirts.
Not so many inside out t-shirts here. This is all like, the kind of fisher looking folk with chunky knit jumpers and woolly hats that were definitely inappropriate for the time of year, looking slightly overheated in one corner. Other sailors with the kind of billowing shirts and the bandanas and the kind of general slightly ruffian air. Behind the bar is a grey-haired person. They've got kind of like sharp eyes and weather-beaten skin, and they're cleaning a glass and watching as you come in.
So we'll wander up to them then.
My kind of folk. I'm home.
It does.
Could I see your wine list, please?
No. We'll have 3 whiskies and 4 ales. And I'll throw some coin on the table. We're cowboy fishermen round these parts.
So
right, that may have been too loud. Oh, that was clipping. Okay.
The landlord gives you a slow nod and pours out 4 ales and then tops up a whiskey each and passes them along to each of you and says, "Nice to see some fresh faces here. Don't happen that much. Quiet town is Washport. Most of the time."
Anything been disrupting that sense of quietness recently?
Oh, there's always something, like there's been some disagreements between some of the folks that visit here, and you know how it is. I think Captain Dace and Captain Nays have had their disagreements lately. They can get a bit bumptious, some of their boys. You know how it is.
When you say the folks that visit here, do you mean the fisher folk?
That's right.
Or
the
is somebody
fisher
else
folk.
visiting?
No, we also have merchants.
Merchants. It's like a mermaid, but they sing.
Yeah.
No,
they chant. They chant. Come on.
He says,
"Wait, was that your joke?"
Yes,
that was the joke.
Well, I retold it more obvious to understand without the complexity
jokes
or nuance.
A boy re-says it in a slightly more obvious way.
Thank you. They're called mermaids because they sing. Wait, I did it wrong again.
Stu's like the subtitles for the jokes, but he's like the subtitles produced by AI that are as likely to be wrong as right.
Was Stu AI all along? That does make a lot of sense.
I want to do it. Congratulations!
But alas, no such luck. So,
yay!
Outside, you hear the foghorn blowing. And so, yes, and the fog duck also blowing. The barkeep says that, you know, the two ships that are in town have been causing a few problems. Aside from that, things are much as they ever were, although almost strangely quiet. And also, it's probably nothing. No, I shan't bother your heads about it.
Thank you, good sir. That means a lot to us. We're already under quite a lot of stress.
What did you say the names of the captains were? Captain Nays and
Captain
Dees?
Nays and Captain Dace. That's
Dace.
right.
Right. So this other thing that you
it's not. It's not really a problem. It's not a big thing, you know.
just
Sometimes
a
it's
little
an argument. Yeah.
We like small talk.
Well, all right. Well, if you're sure it's no trouble. I mean, you seem like
we don't know until you
strong
tell
types,
us.
So perhaps you could help. But people have been disappearing a bit. You know,
that
there is
doesn't sound
that.
like anything, really, does it? Who was the last person that disappeared?
It was young Alexander disappeared.
Young Alexander.
Yeah, Alexander Chubb, about a week or so back.
Nice. He's probably just playing Mobile Legends. He'll be fine. He'll be back.
You were a good
How many
lad,
people
but one
total
day
have
you
gone?
just weren't there.
How many people in total would you say have gone?
Oh, not many. Not more than 20 or 30, I wouldn't think.
Oh, yeah, that's quite...
It's barely a quarter of the population. Now I put it in those terms, that does make it sound quite bad, actually.
Yeah, I mean, like, how often are they disappearing, would you say? Might we disappear?
I'm sure you'll be fine. You seem...
Oh, well, that's not
You
an issue
seem
then,
very
is it?
healthy and strong types. No, there is a possibility that something is seizing people in the village, but it's probably nothing to worry about.
Okay. Well, we could look into it all the same. Whereabouts are these people going missing from?
Oh, they go... It seems like it's all over, but it's always at night. Always around the hour of midnight. Slightly before or slightly after, we don't really know. So we just tries to stay in our houses now. I don't close down the tavern until 1 a.m. so that folk can stay here until later. Till the old witching hour is done.
Okay. Very interesting.
Were they all outdoors then when they went missing?
Oh, yes. Pretty much all of them, yeah. A few might have been grabbed through the windows. But we haven't seen that. Sometimes it's not clear because someone's disappeared and they ain't at home and they ain't on the street, so where'd they go? We don't know.
Right. Did Alexander Chubb leave a family behind or anything?
Alexander Chubb, he was a merchant type. He was so if he left a family here, he was very mobile in his life. If he left a family here, he wasn't. They wasn't in this village, but he might have someone somewhere up the coast. You know.
What about the person before him that went missing? Did they have anybody that we could speak to?
Oh yeah. I think. Well. Oh, there we go. I think old Ferdy Danio, he had his wife is still in town.
Birdie Danio.
Birdie
Ferdy
Dandio.
Danio, yes. His wife. His wife is called Mips Danio.
All right. Well, thank you for your information. Captain Nays and Captain Dace, are they in here at the moment? Could you point them out, or are they not likely to be?
They've been in here today. You might find Captain Nace down on the Tansy and Captain Dace somewhere around the Belladonna, I would think.
Are they names of ships or something else?
Yeah, those are ships. Yeah, they're both harboured here.
I see.
Bit of competition between them.
So Nays was on the Tansy, did you
Nays
say?
on the Tansy, that's right.
And Dace was on
Belladonna.
the Belladonna. Righto. And tell me, how did the Lusty Walrus get its name?
Oh, no, that's a story long in the telling. But basically,
Hold on.
basically, what happened was we had a sign of a walrus dressed up all sexy like, and we're like, let's call the tavern after the sign, and then we won't have to get a new sign made. Yeah, it's pretty much like that.
I see, yeah.
Pretty complicated, sort of funny story, really.
Yeah, it's funny how it happens sometimes, isn't it?
Certainly is, certainly is.
Right. Okay, well, thank you very much. We'll be on our way after we've drunk these 4 ales and the 3 whiskies. I know, who's the extra ale for?
Well,
Or did you just fancy 2?
no, it's a tradition in my culture that the guests drink 2 ales first and 1.5 whiskies. Barkeep, I'll also have an ale and a whiskey. You guys go nuts. You got to down the first, sip the second, and then sip the 3.5. And you got to sort of take it 2 of you at once, corners of your mouths together. It's an old sailor's trick.
Oh, is it?
Very
Okay.
complicated.
The barkeep's like,
2
Why
ales.
just have
A lot of
orange?
ales.
the barkeep's like, oh, this fella knows the sea traditions.
Yeah. And I'm going to raise my arms. Drink, drink. They're having the Sailor Squid special. Drink.
Everyone in the room starts going, Sailor Squid special, Sailor Squid special, Sailor
And then you have
Squid,
to-
Sailor Squid.
Drop a little squid into your beer.
And you've got to drink
Damn
it
it.
before the squid drinks the beer. So,
Right. A thirsty squid.
that's
Oh,
another
and it's
good
become a
bar
squid.
name.
That would be a good tavern. So yes, you enjoy your sailor's greeting.
Oh, have you seen? Do you know any of these symbols? I'm going to slap the scroll down on the table so we can look at the pictures we got.
He looks at them and says, "I don't think I'd be familiar with them.
Oh, okay.
Good customers though you are, I don't recall having seen any of those. But if you ask around, maybe someone has."
How many people are in the pub, and do we have to talk to them all?
You don't have to talk to them all, but you're welcome.
Good. I don't
to.
like talking to people.
You know, you can go around and click on them, but most of them will be like, "Times are tough. Times are tough."
Living the dream.
Here's to the sea. Times are tough. Times are. Here's to the sea.
Beer.
Mine's
This war
a
ashore
squid
is lusty.
But if you wanted to use something like investigate a place to get an idea of like the people, or if there's anyone you wanted to assess, there's like assess a person, isn't there? That is all well within your remit. If that's something your examiner person is the other one, that's an option. If there's someone you wish to
I wish to examine the
Evaluate.
most suspicious-looking character in the room.
Who's got a strange-looking rash. Assume that's what examine's for.
Oh my god, this fucking thing's... I minimised it by mistake. Now the whole thing's disappeared and become one invisible grey blob.
Down the bottom.
Down the bottom.
Left.
Yeah, well, no, that had gone.
Oh, okay. You can always just refresh the view. That'll work.
Yeah.
Yes, there are a lot of bugs, but consider how many fewer bugs there are than the first time we used it. Progress has been made. So, yeah, if you're looking around here, on a... so you see in one corner, there's like a sailor in a black shirt that somehow manages to be black yet a bit stained. They've got a blue bandana on their head and a little moustache and beard
on their face.
And yeah, they are, and they're down carved in one corner. So do you go up and talk to them?
Nah.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, we can.
Well, I'm just saying, because examine a person is when you spend some time trying to figure someone out through direct interaction.
Okay.
So if you're like interacting directly, and that doesn't have to be talk, you could engage in a dance-off or a drinking competition or a game of cards.
Arm wrestling.
Yeah, or go over an arm wrestling. Oh my god, the bloody moving it bar has gone out away again. Come on. How did we deal with this issue last time?
I think we just refreshed it.
Unbelievable. No, we got things to do, places to see, people to go.
I was going to... Do you say we had like a little camera with us?
You have the scrying stone, yes.
Yeah, good idea.
But that's like the spying tool that it reports back to Enigmundo. It doesn't report to you.
Oh, okay, never mind.
But you might
do
be
I,
able
amongst all the bullshit that I've got, rig up something? Because then if somebody goes missing, we've got video evidence.
Oh, that's very good.
Even though that's anachronistic to the storyline, but fuck them.
Well, no,
we want to win.
You've literally established that a scrying stone exists. So the question becomes, could you rig up a scrying stone of your own that works within the parameters of the game? And the answer to that must be yes, you absolutely can.
Definitely.
So do you want to prepare a device?
I think maybe because people aren't going missing indoors.
No.
We want to put it like a Ring doorbell.
Yeah,
so like
put it somewhere outside.
With quite a wide angle, so it catches quite a lot of area. A bit like my ridiculous webcam.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm preparing a device.
Give me that subtlety roll.
I have prepared a shitty device.
You've created a basic quality device and picked one from the list below. You can use it more than once. It's serviceable quality. That probably doesn't matter for this. You can break it down after use and recover the component. Its use either does not draw any attention or draws a lot of attention, whichever you prefer, or it does not have any unexpected or hazardous side effects.
That's my favourite. I think it can be used more than once.
Okay, that's great. So you have this. You are going to be out of components after this, so you'll need to pick up some more or be on the lookout for components.
I'm just going to scavenge everything from everywhere.
Yeah, and that's fine. That's something you can do as you got cameras, right? Search around. And so, yeah, this is like the last of your resources, but you've now got that with you. You can place it wherever you see fit.
Yeah. Are we going to go to any of the other places to interview people? Because maybe we can get more information and work out better where we can observe where people are going missing from.
Yes. let's do that.
So where do you go next? You're down at the bottom of town. You're not far from the harbour. It's a bit of a climb to the House of Healing and the Forbidden Library.
Well, we can either go and speak to Mipstanio, or maybe Captain Nays at the Tansy, or Captain Dace at the Belladonna. I don't know. What are we feeling? More sea folk? I suppose we're next to the docks. Well, I assume we are anyway.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. Should we go and find Captain Nays?
Makes sense. The docks first.
Let's go to Captain Nays.
As you approach the docks, Brad, you feel something weird. Like, you know when you get off a boat and you kind of wallow a bit because your legs expect the motion. Suddenly you get that feeling for a moment. It feels like the ground shifts or doubles under your feet.
Okay.
As you get closer down to the sea.
It's the call of the sea calling me home.
It is. So you get down to the harbour. There are a couple of boats there. You can see the Tansy is a fishing boat that lies low in the water, and the Belladonna is a slim, fast, kind of. It looks like it's sorry.
Slim fast.
It is a
Just
slim.
2 meals a day and a proper tea.
All property is theft. It's a slim, long boat with oars along the side, a relatively low mast and small sails, but it looks to you like it's supposed to go fast. And both of those are tied up on kind of on the different sides of the harbour, and you can see people working on both boats. What do you do?
Go down to the docks.
Like which boat are you interested in, or who are you looking for?
Let's go to the quick one. Let's go to the quick looking ship.
So this is the Belladonna. And as you approach it, you notice a few other things getting closer. In fact, well, let's see what you notice. Give me a investigate a place. Brad.
Oh my god, -1. Oh, I do not notice a lot, but let me tell you.
Brad, you get that yawing, pitching sensation again, like the ground has moved under your feet.
Whoa! Whoa, what's going on?
Yeah, and when you look out to sea, you can see hundreds and hundreds of ships. A fleet, a vast fleet of light. It's like every ship is made of light.
I'm going to just glance at these two, see if they've nodded. And I'm like, just going to nod to the sea. Huh?
Been too long.
He knows. And I'm gonna specifically look at like side eye at
Arkwise.
Damn it, what's his name? Arkwise. No, not Arkwise.
Anders.
The other one. Anders, and be like, do you see anything? Ships, eh? Arkwise. Do you see loads of ships there?
I don't know. Do I see loads of ships there?
No, there's nothing there.
Okay.
And you don't even get a sense of magic going on around you.
Wow. Ooh. And we're like, there's loads of chips over there, Anders. Arkwise. Yes. Loads of chips. I'm saying ships, but I'm trying to cover it by saying chips to her. When I say chips, I actually mean ships, okay? And I'm going to wink super obviously at Arkwise by mistake. Oh, no, not you. The other one.
Loads of seagulls with that many chips.
Yeah, there's loads of seagulls.
How many ships are there?
Yeah.
How many ships are there actually in the harbour?
2. There's the Tansy and the Belladonna.
Yeah, no, I can see the ships. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
which one do you want to go on?
More ships than I've ever seen.
Really? Had you down as a fishing type?
I have never seen a port so busy.
But to be clear,
Wow.
these are like out on the sea.
Yeah,
They're like,
I know, I was doing it for comedic effect. How do they not crash into each other?
I guess they're parked, I suppose.
In a ship
Yeah.
park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a ship bit of parking.
so
Uh,
one of the people on the boat says, "It's a what?"
Just
A
remarking.
lot of ships. A lot of ships. Like these, it's full of ships.
Yeah.
Isn't it, really.
So busy.
a ship and another ship.
So many
a lot
chips.
of ships.
Chips everywhere. Sorry, are you saying ships or chips?
Look, I'm not sure what you're saying, friend, but
I'm saying good day, sir. Bring the captain down. Hence with.
they go out. They're like, Captain Dace, and like from like a little cover in the ship, there's like a little roofed area. A little short, scarred man with a broken nose and an eye patch comes out. And you think he's wearing a striped shirt. You think he's got a walking cane. But as you get closer, you realise that he's actually holding the top of a massive hammer and using it like a cane as he comes out.
Nice.
And he's like,
Ah, Captain. Good to see you. Fair sails and quick winds, I'm guessing.
he says, Captain Dace
thanks.
at your service. And who might you be, sir?
Aye, Brad Muscles from the... What did we decide it was called?
Drift.
Brad from the Drift. They call me Braddy from the Drift.
He kind of narrows his
Still
eyes.
ready
He's
from the
like,
drift.
and what business do you have with the Belladonna?
Ah, you're a snooty captain this time. Tapped nose. Okay. Damn it. Why can I not remember Gwyn's name?
Anders.
Anders.
Anders and Arkwise.
It's
You've
because they're
done it
both
again.
A names.
This is the whole bloody Gwyn's pilot and Tom's character all over again. The same chuffing name.
That was Wang and Wong. They were much
It
more
was
similar.
They're very different names.
so good. Arkwise, why are we here? I haven't been paying full attention, if I'm honest. Watching you two chug them 2 beers and 1.5 whiskies each got me quite giddy, let me tell you.
More, I dare say. Anyway, well, Captain, we had heard that there'd been a little bit of disputes between yourself and Captain Nays over there. We were interested to find out whether that was what was going on, really.
There's Captain Nays. Captain Nays is a ridiculous liar.
Really, what is he lying about?
She is not who she claims. She is... You look at that ship. They call that a fishing boat. Do you see it? Look how low she sails. Look at the depth of draft on that. That's no fishing boat.
You just reach
That's
down
no
and get a fish from
Fishing
that.
boat. They're smugglers. And they keep complaining about us and saying that we're mistreating them.
And what do they allege against you then? How are you mistreating them?
Oh, they say...
Other than accusing them of being smugglers.
No, that's by the by. I don't think anyone can deny they're smugglers. When you look over the boat, they're like the most fishing-looking fishing folk you've ever seen. Is that they claim that we interfere with their honest business, with our honest business of overtaking and stealing from passing merchant ships.
Oh, right, I see.
Exactly.
Okay.
Like, we just operate on an honest and fair, above-board, finders-keepers policy, where some of the things we find belong to other people when we find them, but we keep them.
I see. And there were a lot of ships passing through here?
There's enough to keep a fellow in reasonable health, for sure. Enough to give a fellow some brandy, certainly.
Fine. So you're pirates, is it? Or would you call yourself a pirate or a privateer?
We rather like corsairs, but it amounts to much the same, you know.
So you're not working on behalf of anybody. You really just got
we are
sailing under your own wind.
Self-employed business folk is what we are doing.
Okay. I see.
Hard-working families.
We are hard-working families, and what we like to do is steal the work of other hard-working families. Very hard to imagine that that's really unfair to anyone.
Okay. Well, that's useful information. I have you heard anything about the disappearances around here?
Oh yes, terrible business. But it doesn't really affect us. Doesn't seem to happen to folk on the sea.
Oh, so it's only on the land.
Yes. It seems to be something in the town. No one knows what's going on there. Just people have been disappearing.
And
how long it's been
your cruise
going on?
I'll continue.
Do you know how long it's been going on?
Months now, I believe. Yes. Very strange. And the strange thing is, there hasn't been any, half measures. It's not like sometimes, it's not as though someone almost got caught or almost got disappeared. They either disappear or they don't. There's never any sign of them.
And your crews haven't been increasing by 30 men, have they? Yar!
Says,
you're fitting in well.
Thank ye.
He says, my crew, we can only just sustain ourselves as we are. We can't afford to have extra hands on this. The Belladonna needs a certain number of oars and a certain number of cutlasses to do our day job, but we can't fill beyond that. That'd be ridiculous.
So ye say, taps nose.
He just taps the foot of his hammer cane on the dock.
Are you familiar with any of these runes? Show him the runes, Brad. Show him the runes.
I'll lift it up way too close for comfort to his face and can't quite focus. Here you go, son.
He pushes it to one side and he says,
I'm just going to slowly bring it back as he's talking in front of his face.
I may or may not have seen these runes before.
What's the answer?
May?
It depends.
Hold on. I got this. I'm going to reach into my pocket and put out 4 oysters out of their shell because I'm not a barbarian and be like, here you go, son. You didn't get these from me. And I'm going to shake his hand. And as I pull my hand away, just leave 5 shucked oysters in his hands. The currency of the sea, Ben. You cannot deny me that.
You've been carrying them around in your pocket.
They're worth more when they're pre-shucked.
He's been carrying them around for 4 weeks by this point, since he left Drift.
It's standard Drift currency. The older the oyster, the more valuable. We open them, throw the little round white stone away, and we take the vital meat and we stick it in little plastic baggies that we then put in our pockets. Little Ziploc bag. So I'm like, here, I bring out a Ziploc bag and tip them into his hands. Here you go. I know how this works.
Or into his top pocket.
And then tap it. Yeah. Keep one for yourself there.
Straight in his face.
He seems less impressed with this than you anticipate.
Oh, he's not a true seaman, I remember. He's an actor, so he doesn't get it.
He looks like he's covered in true seaman now.
Yeah, I'm going to be like...
He starts coughing a bit.
Yeah.
He says, you do me offence, sir.
And we're like, stay in character, son, stay in character. These are like better than gold, they say.
He says, they do not say that, sir. I believe you owe me a shirt before I'll even think about answering your question. I
pull out another Ziploc bag, zip it, and it's a fresh T-shirt for him. It's got B muscles for win on the front. It's one of these muscle shirts.
like takes it, looks at you, and slowly rips it in half.
Whoa!
Then he stomps back onto his boat,
Right,
and goes into his little room.
I was going to scoop the oysters back. Well, I'm having these. Slurp them down in front of him. I'll show him.
Yeah, you get the feeling that he's not impressed. Maybe he doesn't know about the whole oyster thing.
Weird.
Well, you win some, you lose some, team. Come on to the next. I'll lead this one.
I guess if people were going missing on the boats can't have been important.
True.
When you reach the Tansy, she does sit low in the water. She's deep drafted for a fishing boat, definitely.
Full of oysters. This is why I should have saved the oysters. Damn it, yes.
Yeah, there is a crate of oysters on the side.
Oh, I'm chopping up. I'm just grabbing loads, stuffing my pockets full of them, quickly shucking them and putting them in my pockets.
Ooh.
And a slim woman with long black hair and a kind of fisherman's hat comes over and goes, "Yar, what you be doing?"
Oh, I've waited to make pirate voice. Good day, madame. I'm a pirate from the seven seas. Oh, no.
Says, "Oh, not more pirates. We got more than our fill of them here."
Aye, you have. Bloody pirates.
The worst.
Coming over here from Dublin.
Aye. You got some good oysters, though. You got some good oysters.
She says, "Of course, they're fresh caught today." They were not fresh caught today. These oysters have been here for a little while. In fact, if you look at the oyster crate underneath, you think that the ones underneath aren't even real oysters. They're probably just prop oysters.
Ah, how I like them. I'm going to get one and just bite one in half and offer it to her while crunching down.
The shell is the best part.
As fresh as they are old. I like it.
She says, "That is literally how oysters work, yes. Let it be." I suppose.
That's true.
Most things are as fresh as they are old. Can I help you, weirdo? Or perhaps one of your companions has something of more sense to offer. She kind of looks at...
Well, I don't know that we do, in all honesty. We were interested. We understand that you've got a bit of a dispute with your piratey neighbour next door. They say you're smugglers.
Oh,
I'm not.
I deny it categorically. Look at this boat. You can see these are all oysters and fish are all that we carry here.
Well, fine. I mean, they seem to be quite comfortable with openly declaring themselves as pirates. So
they are that, yes.
Yes, it's neither here nor there whether you're a smuggler at all, I suppose, and in that respect.
Oh, yes, in that case we are smugglers. Yeah, definitely. Very much smugglers.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well,
Are you smuggling people?
And we're smuggling contraband.
Oh, what contraband you smuggling?
Oh, just contraband.
Budgies?
I see.
Non-specific contraband.
We've heard about a lot of disappearances, and
there have been a few.
Interested
yes.
whether you had any information on it.
He says, "Oh, I don't think that we've had any of our folk disappear, but people in the village, so many, all on the land, they mostly seem, I think, that they're mostly on the side of the House of Healing.
Oh, right.
On the south side of the village.
The south side. We can go and have a look at the south side then.
Now, left or
That's
right?
just a guess. From here, it's right.
Is it just a guess, or is it
That's
based on
just,
anything?
Well, if you think about where they lived, like you got old Ferdy Daniel, you got Alexander Chubb, and she like reels off a bunch of other names that mean nothing to you. But she's kind of pointing around the village, and it does seem like a majority are on the south side.
Down that end.
Yeah,
okay.
So
Right, okay. Final question then. We've got some runes on a bit of paper. Do they mean anything to you?
I'm going to hold it too far away for her to focus on. I'm like a good 20 foot away going, what about these?
she kind of walks over and looks at them, and she says, I've seen some of these.
Where have you seen them?
Oh, just around town, really. Sometimes they're scratched into like a wall or a corner in a back alley. I didn't know they had any specific meaning, mind. Thought they was just kids being kids. You know how they love sigils.
Maybe they are. Maybe they are, Nace. Maybe they are.
Like this one, I'm sure this is, and she points at the sigil that's shaped like a kind of angular letter S. Says, that seems very familiar for some reason.
Yes, it's mystic in some way, I think. It spans time and genres.
Exactly. It reaches across time and space itself. I guess I should have realised it was mystical before.
Yes. All right, we'll go and have a look around the House of Healing. Just
hold on.
Unless you've got anything you want to ask the smugglers, Brad, Arkwise?
Did she just say she recognised the symbol and then we didn't push further as to where, or did I miss that part?
No, they did. He did ask where, and she was saying just around town on kind of alley walls and things.
We can have a wander through town, see if we can spot any, and then see if they correlate to the disappearances or anything like that.
Yeah.
Make some of our own as we go around. Just can start scratching in places.
That'll blow up the scent.
Yeah, it could be a similar. It could be like a pick up this person here type symbol, man.
That is a very interesting idea.
Very unlikely that those two things would be linked.
Yeah, very true, true. I'll give up on that fool's errand of an idea. I'm sorry, team. Forget I even thought about it. I'm just high on life.
Which is good, because the other two are kind of a little bit buzzed by all the beer and whiskey they've been having.
Yeah.
But at least they're not buzzed on rotten oysters.
I'm drunk on rotten oysters and plastic shells.
This is
an age-old story.
This is going so well. Yeah. So
House of Healing.
You make your way up through the south side of town, and it's like it's a pretty old town. You know, the kind of place where you've got like little stone steps up between the houses and alleyways. It is a real old fishing village that has somehow survived even in this world where most places have been built into kind of high-rise gleaming glass towers. In fact, you've probably seen like postcards of this place. It's probably like a in-world Portmeirion almost, or like a kind of like one of those little touristy Cornish villages that you see postcards for. I bet there'll be adverts, interstitial adverts for come and stay in Washport.
Washport, so bracing.
Enjoy the fantasy castle experience. So yeah, as you make your way through town, does someone want to give me an investigator place and see what's up?
I'll investigate a place.
I can investigate. Okay.
Let's all investigate the place.
Yeah.
You could assist Arkwise and give advantage if you hit it. That would be a good.
Okay. Pow.
Oh,
I do not.
I'm a midway. Oh, I'm even worse.
No,
It's almost like we're no help at all.
no. We've got a lender hand there. So that is a... that means on a 7 to 9, you gain advantage on your next roll. So do you want to re-roll that with 3d6, Ali? Or just roll 2d6 again, and I'll take the best. The first dice, the left dice, will be what you get in your advantage.
2. Unless you mean
no,
you're
6
right.
Plus, oh yeah, the
you're
left,
because you're looking
2.
at it from behind. Because
It's
you're
4
the other
plus
side
2,
of the screen.
that's plus 1, it's a 7.
With advantage?
Yep.
Oh,
because she already rolled. She rolled a 4 and a 1.
I would say let's just, for the sake of ease, let's just re-roll 3 dice right now, and that'll be it. Let's just do that.
No,
easy.
We've bumped up from a failure to an intermediate success, which is a pretty useful. That's a very good use of that assistance. So, Arkwise, what do you want to know? What's your question?
What are the options? Let's have a little
My
look.
question is, why was your character sheet so narrow when I opened it just now?
It's hard to say. Very narrow-minded character.
I blame whoever wrote this stupid desktop.
No, it's good.
We should have, because the last one, what evidence of something can I find here?
You could do that for the runes.
Yeah, I reckon that.
Yeah, you do find evidence of these runes as you're traveling through town. You find them on, like, scraped near doorways, and they mostly seem to be marked onto houses. Which is a bit mysterious.
When she said about the different people and where they live, do we recognise any of those addresses?
Well, certainly Anders knew where to find Mipt Danio, and that house has a rune marked on it, for sure.
We could just knock on the doors of some of these houses and ask if...
Yeah.
I want to talk to people. Might just leave a ring doorbell.
Yeah, so that's absolutely fine. Do you knock on someone's door?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm actually going to suggest, because we haven't done this today, but we really ought to. Why don't you give me open a scene?
How do I do that?
It's a straight roll with whatever stat you think you're going to use in this scene, which is, I would say, charm for this.
Okay.
And
8.
Okay. And so that gives you an action point in the scene.
Me specifically?
Yep, so I will just set this out. Okay, there we go. For some reason I had not set that out. And there's 8. Okay, so yes, you meet the door opens, and it's a fella in a kind of brown smock, who kind of looks out and is like, how can I be of assistance?
Oh, hello there. We're investigating the recent disappearances that have been happening around town, and we wondered whether you'd been affected by it at all.
And he says, who told you that? Did you
Captain
know?
Nace.
Captain Nace did. Oh, well, the captain's a good sort. I dare say that she's probably in it for the best. But yeah, we did have my dear old grandfather, Gramps Weston. He was stolen from this very place. I say this very place. What I mean is, he was supposed to be coming home from the Lusty Walrus, but he never did.
I see. Interesting. And when was this?
This was 3 weeks back.
3 weeks ago. Okay. Thank you very much. That's been very useful.
You're very welcome, sir. I hope you get to the bottom of whatever this mystery is.
Me too.
And yeah, so you definitely get the idea. And if you knock on a few other doors, very similar.
Yeah.
In fact, very similar performance. You get the feeling that maybe people are like running around the houses trying to make sure that whatever you knock on, there is actually someone there.
There we go. I think we've nailed it.
What did we find out? I was once again temporarily not paying attention.
So all the houses with runes on their doors have had people go missing. I don't know if we've checked any houses that don't have any runes in the doors and seen if any of those lot have gone missing as well.
Good question.
That might throw a spanner in the works.
I'm going to knock on the door, the next one with no rune.
I'm going to set up the Ring doorbell across the road from it.
Oh, good idea.
Let's find a house with no runes. We scratch a rune on the door. We bed down for the night. Perfect. What time is it currently?
It's kind of, it is late afternoon by now.
Right. We should really be in bed now, guys. We got an early start tomorrow.
Yeah, so you knock on this door and sure enough, someone opens it and goes, hello, can I help you?
Good evening, madame. I was wondering if anyone's been stolen from your house recently.
I don't want any people stolen from my house, please, no.
Okay. May we come in?
The door opens hesitantly and there's a kind of middle-aged, but probably younger than you'd infer from her voice, lady is there. And she kind of looks at you suspiciously and says, what do you want?
You've had no one stolen. Again, I'm now a posh man. You've had no one
You sound like a pirate, honestly.
Has anyone gone missing from your house, madam?
Yes, as my esteemed colleague says. Has anyone gone missing?
No, there's only me and Mr. Grunion live here, and we have both been quite safe, I'm happy to say.
Perfect. Well, Mr. Grunion actually answered a telephone call from us earlier with regards to us staying the night and setting up a trap to catch whoever's stealing the people. He said you would let us in, if that's okay. Wink at Arkwise. Wink at... Damn it, I've forgotten his name again! It's too similar. I want to call him Antwerp. I'm going to wink at...
I'm going to not make eye contact with anyone because you is lying.
She says, a what? You had a what with my husband?
Yes, I sent him a pigeon earlier. Yes. And he was quite keen to take us up on the offer, let me tell you.
He loves pigeons.
All right. I think this is face a challenge with charm.
My lowest stat.
No, in fairness, mind is
Oh,
your
no.
lowest chat. It's your lowest stat. You're slightly worse at that.
5.
A 5, though, is quite bad.
What do you say? What do you say, scamp? Let us in, eh? Let us in.
She says, I don't think you do that. We don't really have any room for guests. It's quite a small little hovel that we live in.
What would you say if I told you I have something in my pockets that I think will change your mind?
She says, I'd say, I don't think it will. That won't make my house bigger unless you've got a bigger house in your pocket, which would be weird.
We just need one night. We'll sleep in the front room. We'll be gone by morning.
Says, you're not adventurers, are you?
Right, listen here, love. I've been trying to be polite about this. We hate adventurers just as much as you do. We've heard there's a band of adventurers going around here trying to scam lovely old folk like you, trying to sneak. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in, we'll set up
She
camp,
slams the door and you can hear it like you can hear
bitch.
like a bar being put across behind.
Well, she must have closed that by mistake. That was the wind. I'm going to grab the hinges and just rip the door off. Sorry, darling, you got a problem with your door, I noticed. No, I will not do that. Well,
I am carving a rune onto the outside of her house, though.
Yeah, there we go. And I'm gonna open the letterbox. You'll be sorry.
You go, oh no, in the background.
Let us in, little pig. Because of the three pigs, not because of misogyny.
Chin.
All right. So, are you like going to? So you set up your mystery cam.
Oh,
Room cam.
Arkwise, now you need to go around, knock on the door again and say, we're interviewing people that have just been approached by these unscrupulous looking characters. And that
Shall I use my -1 charm?
Yes. Wait, I also meant Antwerp, but I forgot his name, so I said Arkwise. Right, one more time, what's his name? I'm going to write it down somewhere. Anders, why can I not remember
like
his name?
pandas, but
like pandas.
not black and white.
Right, I'm actually going to put it on a note right at the top. Anders. What's his surname? Anders?
Rowe.
Why don't I just call him Rowe? And Arkwise. Let me guess, Arkwise Bow?
Arkwise Turbotine.
Turbotine.
Because everyone's a fish in this game.
Yeah, there we go.
Including...
I had to name a character in the sitcom I'm writing, and I took the Stu approach, and now he's called Barry Knuckles.
Oh, great name!
The Welsh lobster. And every time I write his name, I'm like, Barry Knuckles.
Yep. I used to know a guy called Matt Knuckles, and his wife was called Nicola. And when they got Matt, well, at that point she wasn't. And we were Nicola Knuckles, and he didn't like how much we found that quite funny. Because we used to call her Nicola Nuddly Knuckles. How's Nicola Nuddly Knuckles? And you could see his face kind of go from once or twice kind of funny. Now I'm getting a bit pissed off, actually.
She didn't have to take his name. There were other options. She did that on purpose.
Nicola Natalie Knuckles. What a great name.
Nicola Natalie Knuckles. I think that's one of the things you use to like warm your voice up before you do voice acting.
Nicola Natalie Knuckles. Nicola Natalie Knuckles. Nicholas from next door's pantry. Damn it, what's an N-word?
It sounds like someone dropping a bunch of walking sticks down the stairs.
Such a good name. How can you not be proud of that name?
I would love to have a name like that. That would rule.
All right,
because
Nicola.
every time we said, "Hey, how's Nicola Natalie Knuckles?"
Nicola Knuckles.
Yeah, she's fine, thanks. Okay, chill, man.
Touchy.
Yeah. Who's got your knuckles in a twist? Oh, damn it! Who's cracked your knuckles?
Yeah. So what are you doing?
Knuckle down.
What are you doing now? Are you going to like stake out the square? Are you going to do something else and return at midnight to see what's up? Or are you going to leave your watchstone here?
Ooh, I would say put the watchstone on the back door.
Yeah. Like put it somewhere with a view of the whole place.
Well, we'll be watching the front door
I was thinking
from
there
11
were terrace
onwards.
houses, so I'm assuming they cover quite a few.
Yeah, definitely.
From across the road.
Yeah.
But we need to. Are there back doors to these houses?
A lot of them are kind of built into the hillside, so actually they do only really have front doors.
Great.
We'll know if anybody's like stealing anyone's food bin.
Yeah, it'll be ideal for that. You can make passive-aggressive posts about it. But
Never did find out what happened to the food bin.
You need to go on Fishbook. It's their version of Facebook.
Surely it should be Placebook.
Oh, damn it, yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
That's why I'm a professional.
Yeah, because I'm quite good at puns, famously.
So, as you... what else do you do? Are you going up to the House of Healing? Are you going to...
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Might as well.
So, as you go up...
Soul and healing.
One last trip before bed.
As you go up the hill to the House of Healing, the last part is kind of like steps up to this monastic building. Looks very old, smells of fresh carpentry. And
fresh carp.
I was going to say, not for long. I'm going to be smearing oysters so I know how to get back because I can kind of sniff them out.
Travel by smell.
Yeah. I'm like, it's the reverse of my echolocation matrix vision. I'm like, okay, we're going the right way.
Someone with oysters has been here. Left a little scent mark. And it has like a couple of banners outside with a kind of abstract red and blue swirling motif on it. And you see over the door, it says, "The Labroides Order welcomes you."
What kind of fish is that?
I think it's the family of Siamese fighting fish. And then you go in and it's basically a long hall with kind of beds along the side with basically like a few have people in them, and then there are a couple of nuns in black habits around the place. And at one end, sitting at a desk with a quill is quite a tall nun. And has but she looks very kind of calm. She exudes that sense of peace.
We'll change that.
Grey-haired, middle-aged. And as you come in, she looks up and says, "May I help you?" in a voice that kind of carries along the hall. What do you do?
Good afternoon, tall nun. I like your quill.
She says, "You may call me Mother Dimidiatus."
I will.
Okay. Mother. What do we want from Mother Dimidiatus?
See, now I'm just gonna put the paper on the table. What do you know about these runes? These here runes.
She looks at them and she glances at them, looks back and says, "I've never seen those runes. What do
Cut the crap, sister!" And I'm going to slam the table down. We know you're harbouring knowledge. Give it to us.
She says,
"Just harbouring knowledge."
What knowledge do you suppose that I harbour, sir?
You know.
Your loud manner is disturbing our patience. Kindly
You tell us
be peaceful.
Tell us what we want to know, and I'll be as peaceful as a lamb.
And what is it you wish to know, sir?
2 seconds. Row, over to you. Row us home.
I'm sorry about him. He's just got a bit of a temper, but I'll do my best to keep him off you. If you can just tell me the answers here.
I'm going to stand there shaking behind him.
Honestly, it'll be better for the both of us if you just tell me. We just want to know whether you've seen these things before. Any of these runes here. Do you recognize them? Are they anything to do with this temple?
She says, "We are a holy order of the first healer. You do not,
I'm so sorry about this, and I'll just step away.
With runes."
Brad's going to walk forward, just bite one of his oysters in half, and spit it on the table. Oh, I'm feeding the seas in the I don't know, the guns or whatever.
Sea guns.
Yeah, I've got sea guns. Honestly, I'm actually really quite a nice gentleman. We've got to put on a scene, I give her a wink. I'm going to smash everything.
Whoa, Brad, whoa. She's a nun. Don't do it. Look, just tell us what you know.
Why don't you give me an examiner person, Anders? See what you can interpret from this. An 11. Okay,
Nice.
2 questions from the
treat.
list. Whose interests are they working in right now? Do they believe what they're saying? Do they mean harm to person, place, or thing? What are they trying to hide? What would it take to persuade them to my side? What do they intend to do? And what are they really feeling?
What are they trying to hide?
She didn't look at those sigils for any time at all. She recognised them.
Knew it.
Do I get 3 of these things?
You get 2 questions, but
2 questions.
both answers will be accurate. Whereas on a 7 to 9, one of them will be inaccurate.
Okay, that's good.
One will be a lie.
While they're talking, I'm just going to reach over, just snap a candle in front of her. That's just a taste of our power.
What would it take to persuade them to my side?
That is, I think,
A lot of oysters.
the way to persuade them to your side.
If the candle didn't do it, she's a tough cookie. I don't think she could be convinced.
Milk, then. Tough cookies need milk for Dunkin'.
That's true.
Well, to strain that allegory,
Excellent.
if you could persuade her that you were also in the service of the court, then she would probably be quite happy to work with you.
Wait, you don't mean the court of the king?
No, the inevitable court.
Good. Because I was going to say otherwise. Oh yeah, I forgot we were meant to be doing the king's work.
You're like, wait, there's a mystery here.
What are we even doing here?
The inevitable court, which is inconveniently also led by the king. Although that's the King Impossible rather than the Merry King.
Yeah.
Oh, do you want to see something impossible?
You don't know this yet, Brad.
Oh yeah.
You're too busy smearing oysters on candles or whatever crazy shit you're up to.
I'm doing impossible shit all the time.
Well, you've seen one impossible thing already today, which is a vast fleet of light ships that no one else could see.
Also, as an aside, the name from the character Kim Possible, genius name. So clever, so good.
So irrelevant in this case.
Sure. Rude.
Yeah. So I don't know what do you do with this information, Anders?
How is the room set out? She's sat behind the desk.
She's behind a desk, kind of slightly at one side of almost like a long church type hall, but with beds along the sides and an open walkway in the middle. And then there's like a door behind her that leads off somewhere else into kind of like one would assume. I am going to
bend probability.
Oh, interesting.
And didn't I need to do something to level up at some point?
You do. There are some things that are opportunities for you to level up, basically.
What were those?
The things that you can do are, hang on, I will find the list.
It's going to pee.
If you have when your prowess attracts fame and attention, when a working goes wrong in a way that has disastrous consequences, when you attract someone dangerous who insists you help them, when you obtain a source of deep lore, or when you find your magic is weakening or failing.
Okay, so potentially one or two of those could come
Yeah.
up. What I want to do, thing is, the move that I got at the moment for bend probability is performing a minor task, which depending on how you read what I want to do is either minor or not.
So talk to me about the task.
So what I want to do is, well, one of these runes.
Yep.
Runes that is there one that we've been consistently seeing on the doors, or they've been different runes each time?
No, there has been one that's kind of been
particular.
The focal rune, yeah.
Okay, so I want to scratch out that rune onto a piece of paper, and put it in front of her, and say, "Well, yes, it's. I only ask because we were planning on visiting, and I'll give her a random address, and the bend probability is going to be guessing,
right?
Happening to come up with the address that they're going to use and paint it on there, if that is indeed what they do. So we're going to 23 Fish Street later.
Yeah, okay.
So we got a little task to perform, and we were hoping that maybe we could have a more open discussion about it at some point."
Great. Give me that roll. Let's see what happens.
Did you say I've got
You have a point, so you can take advantage on this, yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, 'cause this is an important roll.
Which is a 9.
A 9. Oh, 4, 3, and 2. No great numbers on the dice there, so that was a good time to take advantage.
Yeah.
That could have gone quite badly wrong. So, you can pick one, mark a second probability. The effect is smaller or greater than you expect. The working draws unwelcome attention or reveals an unwelcome truth, or the work is exhausting and you will not be able to perform further magic until you have rested.
What did I miss?
Just a bonus delete Edith.
The effect is either smaller or greater than you expect. It does sound interesting. Isn't my magic getting depleted one of the triggers?
Yes, but that's a more long-term one than this is like really? You have to basically until you've taken a rest, you won't be able to do anything more. Whereas the other is you lose contact with your magic completely for a time, and it becomes a question of how you recover it.
Yeah, okay. I think either smaller or greater, or drawing unwelcome attention.
Oh, that one's always good.
Yeah.
That was always fun.
That was one of the criteria as well, wasn't
it? Yes, if your magical prowess attracts someone dangerous who insists that you help them.
That sounds good. Let's do that.
Okay, great.
Side quest. Skip and accept.
Malahine.
So
this is only meant to be 3 weeks.
She says she looks actively shocked, like to the point, when an actor is playing a character who is shocked, she doesn't look like that. She looks like a person who is incredibly surprised by something you've just said. And she says,
What did he say?
well, 23 Fish Street,
lucky.
23 Fish Street. Maybe we do have some common ground after all. Why don't you,
Fuck off.
She says, why don't you return here a little after midnight, sir, and we can have our conversation then.
Very well, thank you,
I
Mother.
think we have much to speak about. In the meantime, I must tend to our patients.
Well done. You're doing the Lord's work.
He says,
That's also a guess.
are.
Oh. And by the way, don't be late, and I'm going to blow out a candle. Well, there'll be more of that.
She says, you should know that we work in darkness, brother.
Right. Someone give me a light. Quick. Defender's sake. I'll pick up a candle and light even more candles. Ah! Now who's the idiot?
Right. Okay. Thank you very much. All right. We'll be back.
Yeah. Okay. So she is. As you make your way out, you see the middle-aged lady Ren Grunion, who opened the door to you and was so intimidated by Brad that she slammed the door again. You see her like hurrying up the hill, and there's something weird about her movement. And she comes running towards you. And she like runs up to Anders and seizes his lapels and says, you. And time stops around you. And we will leave it there for now.
Nice.
Ooh, time has stopped.
So, yeah. Something's up there.
Something's up there. Oh, Ren Grunion. Mrs. Grunion, as we say in the trade.
The Grunster. Old Granny Grunster.
So that's where we'll stop for this time. Thank you, everyone who watches this. Thanks, everyone who joined us live. I don't know if anyone did join us live. We didn't really warn anyone we were going to do this. We just piled in.
It says one watching now, but it's me.
Yeah, fair play.
I don't think we're ever going to have any viewers while we're actually doing it.
No, we have in the past.
We had one last time.
Making outrageous demands.
One or two, rudely demands, quite frankly. Boy, say happy birthday. Okay.
Exporting my audio.
All right. Thank you
Bye,
all.
everyone.
And we will end the stream there.
Bye.
Next time.
Bye.
I may have stopped my audio before the stream ended.
That's
what
okay.
we calling it? S1.